Seeing it's 9 o'clock, we'll call this meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Commissioners, welcome to 2026. We'll start first with any nomination for Board Chair. Do we have a nomination for Board Chair?
Gov.
I'll make a nomination for Cindy.
Do we have any more nominations?
I could maybe nominate Bob too.
Yeah.
I nominate Bob.
I'm good without, thank you, Bill.
Do we have a second for any of the nominations?
I'll second for Greg.
Second for Greg. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? All right. Being that we have a nomination and a second, we'll go roll call by district.
District 1.
Wait,
No.
which one is this for?
It'd be for Greg.
It's for Greg, okay.
Yep.
District 2. She said no.
No.
District 3.
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Okay. We have a chair.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay. We should elect the vice president now, a vice chair, do you think?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, any nominations for vice chair?
I'd nominate Cindy.
I'll second that. Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I want roll call.
Okay, roll call.
District 1.
Sure.
District 2.
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
District 5.
Yes. Okay, moving on, we got that taken care of. Approve the agenda. Anybody got anything they want to say, or somebody want to make a motion to approve it?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Is there a second?
Second that.
We got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Previous board minutes from December 30th, 2025. Everybody looked them all over? Anybody want to make a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now we'll go to public comment. Anybody here would like to stand, come up and make a comment? Please come forward.
Steve Bauer. Clayton Johnson, Black Hammer Township. I'll start with, first of all, this is not a January 6th insurrection. I just want to go on record stating that.
Thanks.
So, I'm here about the rifle versus shotgun issue, and I know there's been some discussion about this. I had talked to Steve Druskowski, one of the original authors on this, back in May. And one of the points that he attempted to make at that time was there was a study done that a shotgun shell will go further than a rifle. And on the August meeting, there was a gentleman from the crowd, I don't recollect what his name was, he had, stated the same thing, that a shotgun shell will go further than a rifle, and they're using a Pennsylvania study, okay? And I'm gonna give a copy of this to you folks, so you can look at that. But the Pennsylvania study, they were looking at going from rifle to shotgun. And the reason why they were doing that is, unfortunately, a lady was hit in the neck with a rifle shell during deer hunting season. She was pregnant and unfortunately died with one of her children sitting next to her. And then there was another gentleman that was shot with a rifle, and the rifle bullet went through the car and hit and killed him. So they were looking to go from a rifle back to a shotgun. And this statistic, or this example that they're using, Druskowski and the gentleman from the crowd, actually, when you look at the study, what they had used was, you're shooting 3 foot off the ground on completely level ground, and the bullet goes through the deer, and the slug is more apt to go through the deer and keep going, but the rifle bullet will tumble, okay? And so it's 3 foot, you're shooting at 3 foot, the target is 3 foot, and going through the deer. That example is the only example in here where a slug will go further than a bullet, okay? And so both Druskowski and the gentleman from the crowd cherry-picked one little item out of this document to try and make their argument. Because everybody in here that has used a rifle, used a shotgun, we all know that a rifle bullet will go further than a slug. And if it doesn't, why does everybody go out west and take a rifle instead of a shotgun? Why don't we go out west and hunt elk with a slug gun then, if a slug gun will go further than a rifle? So can I approach and give this to Chair?
Yep.
One other thing I want to point out before I'm done here is, at the August meeting, we come here and we talked about having the public hearing. Public hearing would be the next step before the commissioners have an opportunity to vote. And we come here a month later expecting a public hearing. That's what everybody in the crowd heard. And I just want to point out that it was also in the newspaper. After residents voiced their concern about gun safety during a regular scheduled Houston County Commissioner meeting on Tuesday, July 15th, the commissioners agreed to schedule a public hearing in August. And here we are in January, and we still haven't had a public hearing on it yet. So that concludes my portion.
Few months ago, we went and had a petition wrote up against this rifle thing, and I'd like to bring up the names that we have gathered from the Houston County, Hoka, Spring Grove, Houston, Caledonia. There's about 250 names on here, and everybody does not want this rifle. It's all about safety. Can I bring this up?
Yep, you can make it up, no problem.
These are copies, so we have our.
Yeah, we can keep these. Give
Some
this
are
back.
double-sided.
Give that back to Clayton.
Thank you.
This is that Pennsylvania study, and this is one of them. Okay. So we'll just leave it here.
I'm done claiming.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll hand that down, and you guys can look at it, and that's our copy.
Go with the other one here.
All right, okay.
This is my
State their name.
opinions and experiences.
Have them state their name, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Dan Vestersea, Spring Grove, Minnesota. Thank you. I'm 55 years old and I've owned land in Houston County, Black Hammer Township for 30 years. I've been deer hunting in Minnesota for 43 years with a shotgun and archery, and roughly 20 years with a muzzleloader. So growing up, from a big hunting family, I always wondered why rifles weren't allowed in this area. And in 1989, when I was 19, my dad and I were out hunting and got stopped by the local game wardens, Larry Webinger and Dan Book at the time, to check our licenses and our guns. And after doing that, we were visiting on the side of the road. And I asked Warden Dan Book why rifles weren't allowed in this area. And I remember specifically, he's like, it's a safety issue. And, basically he said that with the terrain around here, the hills and the valleys and the rolling topography, that it's not safe to, shoot a rifle at a deer on the skyline, that type of stuff, because the acreages are so small, you don't know where your bullet's going when it keeps going over the hill. And plus the ricocheting, he said, was bad. And so right after that hunting season, I enlisted in the U.S. Army to be a combat engineer, and I was stationed at 101st Airborne in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And if you all remember, that was about the time of the Operation Desert Storm, 1990, so I was sent over there. And when the ground war started, we were the farthest U.S. troops up into Iraq. We flew 155 miles up into the Euphrates River Valley, and we ended up getting in a gunfight about 1 or 2 in the morning. We had about 35 guys, and they had about 7. And we were using mostly M16s. And so when you load a magazine for combat, every 5th round is a tracer round, so you can see, where your bullets are going. And anyway, we got in a firefight, like I said, and the amount of ricocheting was unbelievable. I mean, and you won't know that until you're shooting a tracer round at night. Anybody out here that's shooting a rifle during daylight, you don't have a tracer round, number one, and so you're not seeing the amount of ricocheting, but it was an incredible thing to see. I mean, there was rounds going pretty much every direction, up, backwards, sideways, you name it. And so that was kind of my experience with ricocheting. And remember, only 1 out of every 5 rounds is a tracer round, so you're only seeing 20% of those ricochets. And it was quite an eye-opener. And later, when I thought about rifles for deer hunting, I realized what Dan Book, the game warden, had told me. He was spot on. They really aren't safe. And just a side note, an M16 is a 5.56 millimeter caliber weapon, so it's basically a .223, which would be a legal caliber if this is passed. And that would be legal along with a multitude of other Wildcat calibers and rifles that are even faster than those that I just mentioned. So I think it would be much safer for all hunters and the public if we would keep it as it is. And I would respectfully ask that you guys vote no for allowing rifles in Houston County. So, thank you.
Another one, go.
Got another one, okay.
Bob Broviac from Houston. Shotguns today with scopes can reach out and effectively kill at 200 plus yards. Muzzle loaders with scopes can reach out 200 plus yards and kill effectively. Crossbows with scopes can reach out to 100 yards and kill effectively. Why would we need rifles in this hill country? I've been climbing these hills for 65 plus years, and I don't ever remember telling myself, geez, I wish I would have had a rifle. If you can't harvest an animal today with the weapons that we have access to, you don't need to be in the woods. Just imagine if you're shooting at a deer up on the hill. Where are those bullets going to go? Surely not on the property you have permission to hunt. I've been climbing these hills for a long time. I've shot a lot of deer. I just don't see why we need that kind of firepower in this hill country. It's beyond me. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for allowing us to speak. My name is Mike Sieve. I'm from Yucatan Township, and I'm an old guy like Bob here. I killed my first deer in 1969. I've been hunting ever since, active deer hunter. And for the last roughly 30 years, I've been very interested in deer management of the resource we call white-tailed deer in this country. It's a wonderful resource. We're very lucky to have it. But over those years, I've seen layer upon layer of pressure put on these deer. Scopes, crossbows, extended seasons, the list goes on and on and on. And I'm not here to talk about safety. I think these guys have made that case. I'm here to talk about when are we gonna give these deer a chance. Nowadays with tower blinds, you could put up a blind in the middle down in the River Valley and you could cover almost a mile in every direction. Guns are that good these days. 1,000-yard hunters or shots are not uncommon anymore. When are we gonna ask people to learn to hunt? And when are we gonna when are we gonna give the deer a break? We've got a long season. We keep adding more and more pressure, and it's time that we step up and say, enough is enough.
I'd like to add one more thing. I've heard that the DNR states that if the county decides to go opt out of the rifle hunt, that they would have to control the laws and regs. Is that true?
That's, no.
Okay.
I have spoke to a DNR officer directly, and if the county would make a decision to allow certain, like straight wall cartridge or this and that, they won't enforce rifle versus shotgun. If we choose to just be shotgun like we are right now, they will enforce our laws. That came right out of the mouth of a DNR officer
Okay.
that I have known for 30
Because
years.
otherwise, it looks like blackmail to me, you know, if
Absolutely
we
not.
give you this, we're gonna do this, you know. It's okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Any more public hearing?
I've got one question.
Sure.
When can we expect a public hearing?
We can work on that next week at our workshop, set a date. Does that sound good with you guys?
Sure can.
That's what probably do. Next meeting will be a workshop, and then we can maybe work out the details and get the dates set for your public hearings.
Thank you.
That okay? Because we want to get going on it too, because we don't know how we want to handle it for sure yet. We might have to have an election. Who knows? Then it's up for,
Election?
put it on the ballot in March. We can do that if we have to.
Boy, I had read the new regulation is that
Okay.
schedule a public hearing, and then after the public hearing, the commissioners could vote on it. They could vote on it that day.
Okay. How many public hearings do you want? 1, 2?
The way the law reads, it's one public hearing.
Okay.
It has to be posted, of course.
Yep. So if we discuss at next meeting, we can have it by the end of January.
Talk to our county attorney and have her help set it up.
We'll get in touch with our attorney and get this set up.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, Mike?
I have one more question. I don't know if I could just stay here.
No.
I'm Mike Moan from Spring Grove. I've hunted for 60-plus years. With this new law that they're, the rifle season, if I've read where if the counties go pick shotguns, stay with shotgun, Is it something, what I've heard is they have to re-vote this every year, or can you make it, you know, like a 3-year, a 5-year, or is it set in stone? I'm for the shotgun season, but what I've heard is it's something that the commissioners have to decide every year. Is that something any of you have ever heard?
You guys heard anything about
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that it can be reversed by the county commissioners.
Okay.
But I haven't heard and I've done a little bit of research on it.
Okay, okay. So that,
Keep voting on it every year. I don't believe we
Yeah.
have to. It can be reversed.
okay.
But that also goes with to reverse it would also require, public hearings also.
Okay. I was just wondering, when you have the public hearing, if that is something that needs,
Details we have to find out.
yeah, okay, thank you.
We'll get that with our attorney. Any more for public comment? Well, if not, we'll move on to appointments. We have a public hearing to implement a new real property protection fees pursuant to the Minnesota statute 480-50, subdivision 6. Michelle Werner. Sorry, we're a little late.
That's okay. Good morning.
Morning.
So this is just a public hearing on adding new fees to this county schedule. These are allowed by the statute that's been cited. It's just in regard to, right now it's a judicial masking, but it'll be, I would expect this will be expanded out. So I'm just calling it a real property protection fee. So this will be placing, if at this time, if a judge requests that their property be masked, they will be giving us a notice. And then this is fees in regards to our time. That's how I take it, and the process of masking the information in the public records. Also included is the fee for consent, so if they have, are refinancing and need a mortgage or whatnot, they will want to release that information to title companies to work on it. So again, it's a fee for that, to open up the records again. Again, it's time for our office to unmask those records so that, for that certain individual, so that they can look at it. And then the other one would be for termination. So that's if the judge is no longer there, they no longer want that property masked. Again, these fees are more in regards to our time to do the process.
So are there any fees for law enforcement to mask their?
At this time, it is not masked. They're not offered that protection in statute. I would assume that that's going to be coming next. Like I said, right now, we're just looking at the judges, judicial.
Statute, the new
Right.
statute, yeah.
Correct.
So there's no statute for law enforcement right now.
My understanding, no.
But that is done,
That is done.
that is currently.
Not in our public records.
Really?
GIS, yes,
Okay.
it is masked,
Okay.
So
protected.
that's a GIS
Yep.
option for law enforcement to do that?
I don't know, I tend to think it's a courtesy at this point to try to keep our law enforcement safe.
No, I get the idea of it, why it's being done. I was just wondering, okay, we're gonna have a fee for this. And so is there a fee for law enforcement as well? But I understand now that there's no statute for that.
Right,
Okay,
right. We, in our office, in the recorder's office, the deeds, the mortgages, whatnot are not, shall we say, masked for law enforcement.
okay.
Are other counties implementing this fee as well, or, I mean, is it, that doesn't
Yes.
seem like it'd be a large volume, is it?
For the work that could potentially be required, it's not a large amount of money. In statute, this is the maximum amount that we can charge is a $75 per, notice, consent, and termination. Yes, I believe all 87 counties in Minnesota are gonna implement a fee. I'm not sure what their fee amount will be. I tend to, from the discussions I've been in, I tend to think all counties are going for the maximum amount.
Which is the $75.
Correct.
How does this work, or what's our current status with the assessor's office brought up last year that we would be not disclosing names on property parcels and all that, like a lot of others do on Beacon? Is that, do you know of anything that's in the works with that right now? As far as Houston County, not all counties reveal information behind the parcel information as far as names. You can't search by name, you can only search by parcel number.
Or address, I guess. I'm just kind of thinking of one of our neighboring counties. They don't do a name search.
Right.
I guess that's up to our GIS coordinator. I guess we've had discussions about that I think most people nowadays would like to be a little bit more protected and make it a little bit more difficult. But then on the flip side, you have others that they like to be able to search by name and find something easily. I guess that would be a discussion in land use that we have had and would probably continue.
So it hasn't got any farther as far as status?
No.
Okay.
You just have to start memorizing addresses instead of names.
Oh, boy.
I guess, and for that matter, I guess I've said it in land use. I hope this isn't a false security for people. I know Hennepin County and some of the information that they're providing, they're also kind of giving a disclaimer that your information has been out in the public for a long time and that we don't control who has had access to that information and what they've already done with it. So it's just something that they'll need to keep in mind.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Michelle.
Mr. Parker, we got something for you to come up for now. Years of service, employee recognition.
Okay. So we do have some years of service certificates to hand out. We'll start with 10-year certificates. We have Joanne Drew. Michael Miners. I'll just have you stand. Leah Mildy.
This is the better half, right?
Kelly Roll.
Sorry, Andy.
Did you hear? I don't think you are.
Stay up here, we'll have a picture when we get done.
Haley Sturzant. Appointment today was. Danny O'Hearn. Kelly Peterson. We are now on to the 15-year awards. Kelly Peterson. We are on now 20 years. Dwayne Browley.
Only isn't that.
Okay. Andrew Joseph Mildy, 20 years. The worst half.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You know this is getting recorded, right? Yeah. You're welcome.
We love you, man.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have 25-year awards. The 25-year awards, Ann has ordered the pins. We do not have them quite yet, but when they get here, you will get your pins for your 25 years. First 25 years is Suzanne.
Wow. A lot of years.
Luke Sass. Sean Peter. Ollie Gleason. And yours. And we do have a 30-year Sheila Schroeder. Thank you very much.
I will sit. We're supposed to stand? You're good. I'm sitting.
You don't have to.
Oh, I apologize. She is yelling at me.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, moving on, we're gonna open the sealed bids for the official newspaper for 26. Polly?
Okay, good morning, Commissioners. Our public notice for bids for the 2026 official paper, the deadline was stated as being 4 PM on December 31st in the auditor's office. We did receive ultimately 2 bids, but one before the cutoff and one after the cutoff. Again, neither have been opened at this point. Gonna double check with you guys. I'm assuming the one that was received after should have a letter sent saying you missed the deadline and here is your unopened bid back. Or we could redo the process or looking for guidance from you guys.
Who was late?
The Fillmore County Journal missed the deadline.
Do we normally have them on time?
I've never had the situation arise
And it was
before.
published?
Both papers.
Yeah.
With the one that came in timely. Okay, so that was the Caledonia Argus, received timely. Okay, so we've got the official newspaper for 2026 bid from the Caledonia Argus, located in Caledonia, Minnesota. The bid for official proceedings of the county board and all notices required to be published in the county's official paper at $3 per inch. Miscellaneous notices that are not required to be published in the official paper at $3 per column inch for the legal rate, $3 per column inch for the display rate. Printing of 2025 financial statements, $3 per inch. Publication of sample ballot information, $3 per inch. Publication of tax forfeiture information, $3 per inch. And the publication of delinquent tax list, $3 per inch. So sent the information, the additional information we requested. And that's regarding the United States Postal Service form and a card for contact. So that is what we've received.
How does that compare to last year?
I believe, I want to say it was $5 for last year from the Argus was our official paper as well. But I believe the legal rate and display rates, I'm pretty sure were $9 per column inch last year. Whether it's 3 straight down for each option this year.
So we're looking at $3 across the board.
Correct.
So it's less? Good. Always good to hear. So, we've heard some concerns, and I think Carol brought up too, that from people that we don't necessarily get the news out or those, the publications for public notices out to everyone unless they take that newspaper. Is there a way that we can do that differently? As far as it can be in the paper, but then they can look at our website. I just think we need to be better at getting those public notices out visually than some of the newspapers. Houston County News, frankly, does not have a lot of news in it, and people don't necessarily read it, but it's free. And then, Fillmore is obviously doing some articles, right? I'm just concerned that we've heard that, in the last year, that a lot of times that information isn't really available unless you take that newspaper.
Is it on our website?
Should be, public
Should be
notices.
public notices.
They're always on our website usually, yep. I get a lot of people in my district that, everybody in my district gets the Fillmore County Journal. Comes in the mail free. And I get, why aren't you guys using them? Well, we do have a bidding process and, low bid wins usually, so. But I know, like Carol brought it to our attention this morning about, there's been people wanting to see if we would advertise in the Fillmore County Journal as well. Which I guess we could do. It'll just cost us more money to do that. But, that's something we should maybe consider in the future. But right now, we have to make a decision on the legal newspaper and is that an action item here or is this?
Resolution. I put it, at the time this was written, we only had the one bid. So it was I put it on the consent, but as a resolution.
Well, I do like your idea, Eric. Fillmore Journal does get out around to a lot of people.
It covers a lot of the county. I think La Crescent's the only
I
part
think they're
that's
gonna get it
lacking.
too. Is La Crescent gonna start getting it too pretty quick?
They have.
Not yet?
Rural La Crescent has had copies. Delivered.
We know La Crescent wants it. What kind of cost are we talking about by adding in publications into that also? I mean, because you hear people here talk about it when they come here that, it wasn't published or I didn't see it. And I think it's our job to make sure that we get it out to as many people as possible and Fillmore Journal is widely spread also. So I feel like we should find out what the cost would be.
Well, it's in the envelope there that we.
It is if there are official papers, so I don't know if that would change or if they would honor that.
Would probably change if they're not the official paper.
And, we have that statutory requirement to have the official paper, kind of just to check the box.
Yep.
But even with the auditor treasurer stuff, we were putting it in the Fillmore Journal as well, just to push that out there. So we can definitely continue to push that out, to spread that information.
And for public notices, like for
obligated.
public hearings.
But the one that we would just always have to do would just be that Argus, and then outside of there, if we want to, spread that word, put that out, we can definitely.
Perhaps we'd like to talk to them or make an agreement because when we do put it in both papers, when I put things in, there's quite a price difference. and it's because of the official paper rate. Or if there's an agreement of some kind that we'll be doing more going forward, I don't know if they'll honor anything different than.
I don't know if anybody knows this, maybe Sue would know this, but is there any statute or law that says we can't have two official newspapers? And we're only required to have one, but I'm just wondering if there's, why we couldn't have two.
Pay for it. We'd pay for it.
Right,
Oh,
right, right.
yeah.
That way we could get the better rate. Consider that.
Well, a lot of people don't buy the Argus, and then you got the Fillmore Journal, that's free. It makes a big difference.
That was my comment earlier, that we're only allowing that to be given to people that have to purchase that paper.
I think, do you have?
And this isn't against, I'm sorry.
I think you have to pay for it online, too.
Yes, it's not free.
Everybody does, yeah. Against the Argus, this.
Oh, it's just the
We're just trying to get it
availability. Yeah.
availability to everybody, so.
The online, you're limited though, you click so many times, it cuts you off.
Yep, unless you pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think as a county, we should be supporting it for free, for access for people. If they can't find it on the website, they should be able to get it in their newspaper that they don't have to pay for.
Only thing is, like, there is some areas that still don't get it. I don't think you've expanded it to the entire county for the, comparing all of them. Yeah, there's not much in the Houston County News, but it does go to every mailbox. So then where do you draw the line there?
Yeah.
At least then everyone would get it.
Or at least have a effort to point people to the website and say, here's the information, you know? They can read the paper, but.
Lead a horse.
I too. Not everybody has access to that either.
So are we gonna make a motion to take the Argus, or do we wanna?
It's part of the consent agenda.
It's on the consent
No.
agenda.
Okay,
It's resolution number 2601.
okay, I didn't see that, so, all right. Well, we got the bids open.
So,
All right.
okay, thank you.
Thanks, Molly.
Now we'll move on to consent agenda. Have you all had a chance to look that over? I think we should maybe give Kelly Peterson a round of applause for her.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to action items. Consider approving the authorization for an additional fees in association with the Minnesota Statute 480-50, personal information and real property records. Recording office has requested a $75 fee for each property notice, a $75 fee for each consent, and a $75 fee for each request as allowable per statute. Michelle Warner.
I'll make that a motion.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion pass. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Number 2, consider adopting a resolution number 26-04, authorization to use the alternate method to dismissitate bids and requests. Brian.
Yeah, so this is something we do every year at Houston County, and pretty much every county does. So for highway construction projects, the bidders that we get in our projects are typically outside of our county. Well, we have some bidders from inside the county, but many bidders that are coming from outside the county. So we use our county website as the official location for the disseminating bids, and then we also, from there's a link to go to some statewide websites that basically all the counties use. So contractors go to one place, they can see what's out there for projects everywhere. So so this is something that gets done pretty much every year, and there is a statute that allows us to do it this way.
Done this in the past, haven't we? Pretty much. same thing, or is it something?
Yes, yeah, this has been the same for the last 15, 20 plus years.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we got a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Consider, number 3, consider approving and signing the 2026 to 2028 law enforcement contract with the city of Spring Grove. Swetberg?
Morning. I just want to mention quick, since most people already left, during the public comment and Commissioner Zender's comment about what he found out from the DNR. I am on the DNR and Sheriff Association Committee, and the colonel with the DNR did advise the same thing, that if you did modify it to do straight wall or some modification, they will not enforce it. So that came straight from the colonel up there, so just want to let you guys know about that.
So they went down the chain perfectly then.
Yep.
There was no discrepancy with.
Exactly. So he's the head guy, so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we talked about that at our last meeting, so. Otherwise, we do have the contract here in front of me that was in your packet. It hasn't changed any since you saw it last. The Spring Grove Council did vote on and did approve it. So I'm looking for you guys to also approve it.
Any comments from their group during that meeting?
The mayor's here if you want.
Brian's here.
Oh, okay.
You might as well come up
See
and
you back
talk.
there. Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
I'll speak quick. So one thing I do know, they were concerned about the hours that our deputies would be there and stuff, and I did advise them that we'll be giving them a monthly report of when the deputies are there, each day, each time period and everything, so everything is on the up and up since we want to have a set schedule. And that was one of their concerns.
Want proof of the hours.
Correct.
Which is fair.
I mean, we were happy with it, so it got approved, and we'd appreciate it if you guys would do it too, I guess, so.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
So if this contract were to be canceled, because it's a 120-day cancel, right?
It has to be with cause.
If it was canceled with cause, then what?
Then I'd have to come back and talk to the finance committee and figure out what we'd have to do.
So that deputy would be retained as well?
If I had my budget right now, no, they wouldn't be able to. If I'm in the same budget I am.
So we're supplying one police officer, correct?
Basically.
So what?
It's not an individual.
Right.
It's gonna be kind of.
It's a multitude of different people to equal one.
Okay.
And that's what they're kind of looking for, I believe also, so.
It's by hours, right?
Correct, by hours. So it'll be, majority of the deputies will be spending time over there.
So the second deputy you can absorb into your budget, okay?
Correct. And I mentioned also, for the past 3 years, we've also, my budget, for like this year, I had to take a squad car out. But also in the Spring Grove contract for the past 3 years, I believe, and I don't have the exact number, I think I included in the budget $35,000 a year for squad cars. So from 2023, 24, and 25, I have $35,000 each year basically saved for a squad car. So that would probably apply for next year then. Since the budget this year, I can't tell you, I think it's maybe 20 or 25 maybe this year, the squad car, so that'll help.
Okay. All right, we had a motion and a second, correct? No more discussion. Let's take, you wanna do roll call on this, I suppose?
Yeah.
Okay,
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
yes. All right,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Brian, are
you.
you still doing my road?
No, I'm not.
Whoever it is doing a good job. I just wanted to tell you if that was you. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
A question?
Yeah, as long as we got you up here.
Yep.
So I caught that you said you were gonna do monthly reports for City of Spring Grove. Would you be willing to do, I'm not asking monthly, quarterly reports and what's going on in the sheriff's department? Like, as far as, inmate roster, you know, number of inmates, number of juveniles, where you're at?
Yeah, I believe I sent you, we talked about this a couple months ago. I did send you, I think.
Sent us one.
One, and we just haven't got, it's January, whatever, 6 today. So yeah, you go with that one also.
And
But I can ask her to include the adults too. That's no problem. It's just basically on the same file.
And, you know, anything on the budget would be helpful to know where we're at on the budget. See as how you're retaining the second deputy, it'd be nice to know how, if you're managing the overtime better. That was one of the.
We can,
But yeah, that should be on the quarterly budgets then too, showing the overtime line. But yeah.
we need to do a better, myself, do a better job with our meeting with you this year. So we should be meeting quarterly with you and the jail staff.
Absolutely.
We have to do a better job.
Right.
Period, the end. That's just all there is to it.
Right.
So,
It's tough sometimes to find the
you're
time for all of
100%
us,
right, but
so.
So
Absolutely, though.
we get that done.
Absolutely.
That'll help bring some stuff back here.
It
too.
would be good to know each quarter at least, rather than at the end of the year.
Yeah, we met.
And I don't have a problem coming to work, talk to the work group too, I guess, either, so.
Oh, I mean, we talked about it, but nothing, we never really did anything.
We
Take the
don't-
blame for that.
I'm not
At
blaming.
least this way we can find out what's going on in there a little bit, keep an eye on.
No, I just,
No problem.
it needs to, so it's all good.
Yep, no problem. I'm all about transparency, so, absolutely. Thank you.
Good job, Brian.
Okay, moving on, number 4, consider approving a resolution number 26-05, designating the county coordinator as the clerk of the Houston County Board of Commissioners. Brent Parker.
Yeah, so this is just kind of a administrative cleanup, being appointed the coordinator. If commissioners have, counties have commissioners or administrators or coordinators, they serve as the clerk of the board. That's a statutory thing that automatically falls to the auditor treasurer. But since I'm in this role, then this has by resolution just appoints me to be the clerk of the board. So I'm essentially responsible for clerking the board, making sure you have all the agendas and minutes and all of that stuff that is detailed into that to be the official clerk of the board.
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All right, do you want to do roll call on that, or do you want to do just, yes?
Resolution, so probably roll call. Yes.
Roll call?
I'm starting in.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Consider approving resolution number 26-06, designating the 2026 annual appropriations included as part of the 26 operating budget. Carol Upham.
So this is kind of like Brian's, it happens every year. We just put together the list of all the resolution or all the appropriations that were included in the budget so that you have a clear picture of what is being given.
Was there any new ones?
No.
Nice list.
It makes it easier for Lynn when we have to go to pay them out too.
Any questions on this?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
We got a motion and a second. Should we do roll call here too then, since it's a resolution? Okay, let's do roll call.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes. Thanks, Carol. Oh, you gotta stay there. Consider reviewing and approving payments.
The list was kind of short this year, or, you know, for this meeting, because we cleaned everything up, like on the 31st. And you'll get that for the next meeting that lists all the payments that were made on the 31st of December to clean up the year.
So the 16,200 is our dues to AMC?
Yes.
And the Arthur Gallagher Risk Management?
That's the airport insurance.
63.
We don't get that through MCIT. They don't insure the airport.
Is that an annual? Sorry.
Yes.
Is that an
Annual.
Annual? Okay.
And does MCIT bill separately?
Yes, all of those payments will be on the 3rd.
Okay.
For our 2026 coverage,
So
for our workers' comp and liability and personal.
do we get any cost share on the insurance from the feds on that?
Yes.
How much?
Well, up until the
Like
amount that
90%
they
or-
allow us to do. I mean, you know, we sometimes go over on what we can get for maintenance and operations, but this would be 100% on the first billing that we send. So, yeah.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to approve the payments. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, number 7, considering the 2026 Board of Commissioners Committee appointments. Brent Parker.
Okay. Kind of situated here real quick. So I believe you've all been given the list of the standing committees as well as other county committees. So I guess my goal is to kind of go through here real quick first, go through the standing committees, see if there's any changes to those, if committees, who's going to be on those committees as far as commissioners. So the first one we have is the Community Services Standing Committee. We currently had Commissioner Wright and Commissioner Zender that was sitting on that committee.
I'll stay.
Okay,
I'm fine with that.
okay. Okay, everybody good with that? Land Use Public Works Standing Committee. We have Commissioner Schultz, Commissioner Johnson.
I'll stay.
Sure.
Okay. Everybody else good with that?
Yep, everybody's good.
Finance Standing Committee. We have Commissioner Wright, Commissioner Zender.
I'll stay.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
They did a good job last year.
Well, being a first-year commissioner was a little overwhelming, but Carol has done I think, a great job in enlightening. But I think it takes some time when you're working with that to get used to what you're doing, so.
It's very educational.
It is, it's excellent. So I learn a lot there. About lots of things. Anyway, moving on.
All right.
Other discussed list is really long.
That's on Sheila. That's not me.
All right, let's keep going here.
All right. Next one's the Personnel Committee. We have Commissioner Schultz, Commissioner Myrie.
Stay on.
I'll stay, I guess.
Okay,
That easy.
pretty good with that?
Yep.
Okay. So then those are our standing committees that are in-house for the county. Now we go on to the county committees. ADA Committee, we have Eric Johnson, Cindy Wright, and then a county attorney's office representative.
I don't think we've had a lot of
Okay.
action on that, so I'll
I'll
stay.
stay, but we haven't had.
Yeah,
You haven't had a meeting or nothing, huh?
I think it's as needed, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Airport Commission, we had Commissioner Zender as well as Commissioner Myrie.
I'd like to stay on that.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay there.
Okay. You're making it easy on us. Okay. We have the Child Mortality Review Team, Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Okay. Any objections? All right, moving forward. Courthouse Closure Emergency Committee, we have Commissioner Johnson.
That should be a chairman, so.
Yep.
Commissioner Myrie should be out there.
Okay,
Commissioner Myrie.
so I get the call when school's out and when it's on, huh?
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he's called.
We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
Try calling school out, see how.
Might not go too good.
Justice Center and Safety Committee, we have Commissioner Zender and then Commissioner Schultz as an alternative, I believe it looks like, for the A.
I'll stay on that.
Okay.
I'm good.
Bob, you're okay with alternate? Okay.
All right. Parks Committee, we have Commissioner Schultz and Commissioner Myrie.
I'm good.
I guess I'll stay there if you don't mind.
Okay. Planning Commission, we have Commissioner Johnson.
I'll stay.
Is that the chairman one or?
Planning Commission?
I think so.
There's no
No.
requirement for.
That I don't believe so.
No.
Okay, any objections with that?
You're good with alternative then?
Yeah, I guess I'll take the alternative.
But you're already there.
Okay. AMC District 9 Committee Environmental and Natural Resources, Commissioner Johnson.
Yeah, I'll stay on that unless someone else wants it, but. That's like when we go to AMC, those are the committees, yep.
Okay. AMC District 9 Transportation, we have Commissioner Schultz.
Yep, I'll stay. We actually have a meeting Thursday. Boom.
District 9 AMC Human Services, Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
AMC District 9 General Government, Commissioner Myrie.
Yes.
Yes.
AMC District 9 Public Safety, Commissioner Zender as a yes. Okay. AMC Delegate Assembly, that is all of you. Bear Creek Watershed, we have Commissioner Myrie.
I guess I'll keep that unless somebody else wants it.
Okay.
It's your
Well,
district, so it'd probably be better if you stay on that.
I think most of them are in my district.
Bluff Country, Minnesota Multi-County Housing and Redevelopment Authority, we have Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Board of Health, that's everybody, all commissioners. CHS Advisory Committee, the AK Nursing Task Force, we have Commissioner Wright.
Yes. I'd like to stay on that one.
Okay. Community Health Services Delegate, we have Commissioner Wright again.
Shack, yes.
Next, we have the Economic Development Authority Board. We have Commissioner Wright and Commissioner Johnson.
I'd like to stay on that one too.
Okay,
I'll stay.
okay. Extension Committee, we have Commissioner Johnson and Commissioner Myrie.
I'll stay.
I'll stay, I guess.
Family Services Collaborative, the Governing Council, we have Commissioner Wright.
Yes.
Hiawatha Valley Mental Health Center Board, Commissioner Wright, and the alternative is Commissioner Zender.
Yep.
I'd like to stay on that one too.
Okay. Jail Operations Review, We have Commissioner Zender and Commissioner Schultz.
Yep.
Okay.
Fine unless someone else wanted it.
Have you is on there, Commissioner Schultz. La Crosse County Solid Waste Policy Board, we had alternate as Commissioner Wright and then Commissioner Schultz. Stay on that one. Still good as an alternate?
Yes.
Okay. MCIT Voting Delegate, we have Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Schultz as an alternative.
Fine unless someone else wants to be alternative.
I'm fine with it too, unless someone else wants it.
Going once, going twice. All right, moving on.
Yeah, you gotta get in your auctioneer lingo here.
I know.
Going once?
I'm doing bad selling these committees for sure.
Always looking for new auctioneers.
One watershed, one plan committee, that is Commissioner Johnson, alternate Commissioner Myrie.
I'd like to stay on that. I've been on that for a while.
I guess I'll stay the alternate.
All right. Southern Minnesota Emergency Medical, we have Commissioner Schultz. Okay. Southeast Minnesota Regional Emergency Communications Board, we have Commissioner Zender.
Yep.
Okay. And then Commissioner Schultz as an alternative. Selco Board of Directors, we have Commissioner Wright, also Commissioner Johnson as an alternative.
I'm fine unless somebody else wants to sit on that board. I'm fine.
Okay.
Fine, be an alternate.
SEMCAC, we have an alternative Commissioner Johnson, and I believe we had Bob Burns.
I nominate Bob to stay on that.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. We'll let him know if he's not here. Southern Minnesota Tourism Association,
Gonna vote on that.
We should have a vote, maybe.
we have a vote on that one?
Hey, somebody made a motion.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably have to
All in
appoint him to
favor,
the
or any
board.
more discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
Opposed?
Thank Bob for his volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does a good
that's
job
great.
on it.
Who was the second on that?
Kurt,
Kurt made the motion. No,
Kurt second.
I seconded it. You made the motion, I second.
Okay. Southern Minnesota Tourism Association, Commissioner Wright.
Oh, yes, please. Yeah, I'll stay on that. Great.
Seven Rivers Alliance, that is all of you.
What is that?
I'm gonna check on that. I put a call into them a while
Seven
ago.
Rivers Alliance.
Just because we don't, do any of the rest of you get any information? Okay.
Who
I'm-
is Seven
I don't even
Rivers?
know what it is.
I'm checking on it. Just a group. It's out of La Crosse too.
It's the Seven Rivers
So-
Alliance.
EDA does get occasional updates on that,
Okay, yeah, we need,
but they're not super active and it's a large territory, so some of their meetings are in Wisconsin. But they do make the rounds and sometimes they do come here.
and we're not actually on their board. They have a separate board. So I'm not quite sure if this is just for information only. That's what I was told.
Yeah, they do have a separate board, that's correct.
So we just need information updates once in a
Get some
while.
minutes from
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Smart Trails, we have Commissioner Wright, alternative Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Fine.
Township Officers Association, we have Commissioner Schultz, Commissioner Myrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Workforce Development, we have Commissioner Wright.
Yes, I'd like to stay on that one.
Soil and Water, WinLAC, we have Commissioner Wright, alternative Commissioner Schultz.
That one too, unless you wanna,
No, stay alternative, it's fine.
okay.
Okay. I believe that's all of them, unless anybody has any other final thing they wanna bring up on those, but I think it'll be, yeah.
One more comment just on the Seven Rivers Alliance. Their executive director does sit on our Houston County core team for childcare. to kind of give us a more regional perspective.
Okay.
And he has attended our housing meetings, the few that we've had in the region.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could get us some further information. That would be great.
What's his name?
Chris Hardy.
Newspaper guy, formerly, that Chris Hardy.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 committee assignments as read.
Second.
You appointed Shaq.
Okay.
Shaq has to be appointed at CHB.
Okay.
Again?
You appointed Cindy for Shaq meeting. Shaq has to be appointed at our CHB meeting.
This is Community Health Services Delegate. With,
No.
That's
the
for
board is,
Shaq. Our board, our CHB board appoints you for Shaq, just so you know.
Right, you're right. She's right.
so,
Cindy can't be appointed at this meeting. It's
It'll be at our joint Board of Health meeting.
Yep.
Okay,
okay.
that's good to know.
Thank you for the correction.
Okay, we had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No one's gone. All right, coordinator updates.
Okay, I do have a few things for you today. I get logged in here. Okay, first thing is, coming up is the AMC Commissioners Technical Day. That's January 21st through January 23rd. The agenda is out on AMC if you're interested in going. If you want me to find it for you and email you the agenda, I can do that.
Where's it at?
I do not know, to be quite honest with you. I would assume it'd probably be up in, like Waite Park would be my guess is where that would be
It's
at.
the cities. Mhm.
Cities, yeah. So that is, January 21st through 23rd, if you're interested in going. Like I said, the agenda is out. I can email that out if needed.
Please do.
Okay, yep, I'd do that. We've been kind of getting some information coming in from the state as far as the fraud aspect with childcare and stuff. And so there's some things that the state is now doing. First of all, with U.S. Department of Human Services has temporarily frozen Minnesota's ability to draw down Child Care and Development Fund, those reimbursements for counties. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has requested an extensive CCAP data from 2022 through 2025 with a response deadline of January 9th, which is this week. Additional guidance is to be expected as of today. Houston County isn't really involved with this. This is just kind of specifically targeted and for some child care centers that they've identified, but just kind of letting you know that they're starting to look into stuff like that with the fraud allegations. CCAP operations continue as normal for now. For us, state funding programs such as Great Start, compensation support payments, and early learning scholarships are not impacted as of this time. And right now, the state is dealing with any legal and fiscal impacts of what that may look like if, for some reason, these federal funds kind of do stop. With that, too, also some of our fraud allegations within the state of Minnesota has also had the U.S. Department of Agriculture send a letter to our Minnesota governor requiring Minnesota to participate in a supplemental nutrition assistance program, which is known as SNAP. The pilot program, which is requiring the counties of Hennepin, Ramsey, Washington, and Wright to recertify all their SNAP through eligibility. So that's just to let you know that they are now working on going through, like with our eligibility officers, would have to go through every single people that are getting SNAP in their county and recertify those. So we are not affected of it as of this time.
Just those 4 or 5 counties.
Just those 5 counties. If this expands out, which I hope it doesn't, but if this does expand out, that would impact operations here because then our human services and eligibility workers would be working kind of pretty overtime to start.
I think it's gonna be
all of that.
Just if you do a little bit of reading, and you guys probably can help out with that, I think it's not gonna expand unless they find something in your county that comes up fraudulent, then they're gonna require you to go through every hoop. So
Yeah,
we're very fortunate to have the good folks that handle this. Thank you very much for doing a good diligent job, so we're not in the limelight.
just to add on to that, Karen's been great about, getting this information and kind of forwarding it on to me, so we kind of have an idea of what's coming. So if we anticipate anything that's gonna be coming down through the county that we're gonna have to deal with, we'll definitely let you know, but just wanted to let you know those things are happening through the state with some of this fraud allegations.
Good no.
This last one I have, this will be in reference to the rifle shotgun I will get with Sue. I'll start having those conversations with Sue to figure out all the details on what would need to happen for public hearings and moving forward with that. So I'll take care of that as far as getting with Sue.
Okay. Anything else you got there, boss?
I don't think so, unless anybody has anything for me at this moment.
Anybody got any questions for Brett?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, board chair, I have nothing much, I guess, to report on, so let's keep moving on here. Commissioners, how about you, Bob Schultz? You can be first this time.
Oh. A few questions from a person on some property values that I kind of directing back to department, and tomorrow, or Thursday, I'm sorry, I have a Southeastern Medical JPC meeting coming up. So that's about it.
Is that it? Mr. Kurt Zender.
Nothing at this time. February will be a little busier for committee stuff for me, so.
Okay, Eric?
Just want to clarify something that was said during public comment, that he had stated that we would have a public hearing in August. Back when we had those conversations, if I recall, got approached by that group of people to do something right now, and come to find out that it wasn't in effect until 2026. So that is why we didn't have a public hearing, because it wasn't.
I thought we were gonna talk about it in August. I don't remember talking that we were gonna definitively have a public hearing in August. I thought we were gonna talk about it at the August work group, that's what I
It was
thought.
probably in the paper that it was said that way, but, that, to me, that's why we didn't do it, because it wasn't gonna go into effect till next year, so.
We postponed it. We had, when it came up, I remember
We had a lot of
talking
other
about
stuff
it.
we were
And
dealing with.
I explained that to Clayton, and he understood that when I explained it to him, but he had to bring it up again, so. Clarify that.
I think he just wanted it on the record.
We'll just-
That's why I think it's important for us to be making sure that we're getting things put out there in every paper and every social media avenue that we can. It just takes away the guessing game.
Well, like when these groups of guys come in today, they must have been notified by somebody to come in here today and talk. We just heard one side, so I mean, and we need to have hearings to hear everybody, both sides.
And
You know
follow up to what you just said there, Kurt, we do have certain places that we have to put our publications by statute. And maybe if we could express that to the public a little bit more, what them are, then they can check those areas.
I agree with what you're saying.
I'd also like to put it on our agenda just as an additional item, that upcoming, for the dates on that. So if we have something that says we're going to have a public discussion on that, public input for in the next 2 months on such and such, because I know people look at our agendas.
Good idea.
If we should consider an evening meeting as well,
Agree also.
people that can come after work.
I've heard that a lot. A lot of people say, well, I can't be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, I work.
Yep.
Just have a public hearing at that particular time at night, not a whole.
Well, we could have multiple. I mean, the reason we were to have this public hearing is that it must be the intent of the board to vote on that.
No. What I'm saying is we wouldn't have our regular 9 o'clock meeting at 6 o'clock at night. We would just have public hearings. at
That's what I
that
mean,
time.
a
Yeah.
special public hearing.
Perfect.
I agree, we should have an evening public hearing on that.
Or more.
But what I'm saying is that the reason we're even having public hearings is that there obviously must be gonna wanna have a vote on this, because statutorily, it's made legal now, we wouldn't have to do anything.
Correct. This is just to make it opt out.
Right.
I think it's also important to say that we won't necessarily be voting at that public hearing, because a lot of people are confused on that.
We have until
March.
Well, Brent, you figure, you get it all taken care of. You find out how many of
they
these
want
meetings
the
we gotta
publication
have.
in the DNR book.
I'll get it taken care of and then we'll.
So we have
talk
until
about it
March
after
to
that.
actually vote on it.
If we gotta have one public hearing or two or three.
Already
You
January.
can have as many
Get
as
some
you
input.
want, but you need to have one if you're going to do an action.
Gotta have one for sure. I just wanna know.
I just want to,
But if you're not gonna do an action, you don't need to have anything because it's been made legal by the state.
well, we haven't decided whether we're going to take action on it, right? So we have to,
Well,
say that we won't
I
be.
kinda gathered, it kinda looks like we are.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have a public hearing, we're taking action, so.
Yeah. We're not
Taking
voting.
action?
The public,
Listen to
so.
the
We're
public.
taking action, Greg?
Well, it won't be action, we'll be listening to the public.
Yeah, but not necessarily. Like I said, I've been asked before, are you voting at that public hearing?
We'll leave
Because
that
then
up
they
to
wanna be
Brent to
here.
find out from
Yeah.
our attorneys how we can handle that.
Well, I think we just need to say, we won't necessarily be voting at that public hearing.
Well, we had that discussion before about, people say that you're just having a public hearing because you guys have already made your mind up anyway and you go have a vote right afterwards.
Yeah.
I think we should, have a public hearing, then let it sit, come back and just have a vote or not have a vote.
Well, you figure it out, Brent, let us know.
I'll put out an update on this next workshop.
Okay, anything else, Eric?
I just wanted to say I attended Teresa Walters' funeral.
Mm-hmm.
It was very nice, well-attended funeral. So it was good.
She was
So that's
well,
all, that's all I got.
Cindy?
I went to visitation too. Teresa was, spent many years and dedicated to public service. So it was great to see, that people honor her for that as well. And most of us have learned a lot from her in the past.
Well, she gave me the ultimate compliment. She always say, Eric, I don't always agree with you, but I trust you.
Yes. I actually heard that from Dick. She said that about you.
She used to
So it
say
was
that.
like third hand, yeah.
That's pretty
nice.
I'm sure you're questioning that, but.
Yeah.
Putting words into my mouth. It's too early in the year to start that, Eric.
It can be very difficult, that's true. So I think, that was a big part of her life. Good.
But she loved being a commissioner, so.
She did a good job.
And she was on the township board before that.
For many years.
Mm-hmm.
Township board, yeah.
Mhm. Other than that, meetings as usual. I have several now that I'm assigned to the committees again this month coming up. Also want to mention that when Brent was talking about some of the issues with fraud, SNAP was one. We also talked about Medicare, Medicaid fraud a long time ago in the Community Services Standing Committee. So I think Houston County does a good job of keeping track of these things, not just when it pops up in social media and the news right now, but in the last year, I definitely know that that's been discussed as far as how do we make sure that we're doing what we should be doing within the county. So I would vouch for that. That's it.
Okay, let's see. There isn't much else here. I don't have anything else to bring up. How about closing public comment? Anybody out there got anything they wanna? Okay, I guess the next thing will be to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any reminders anybody's got?
If you wanna look through these, I think